What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about email marketing. As you guys know, I have ran a multi-million-dollar advertising agency, and a big part of our strategy has always involved email. Now, I know what you're thinking, Rene, how are emails going to make me money? And in this video, we're going to get a little bit advanced because today I'm going to share with you guys the entire strategy, the entire sequence that I use, why it works psychologically, and why it's been able to generate millions of dollars for my business and some of my clients' businesses.
I remember when nobody believed in me. I made a million, changed the scenery. I still remember when women were mean to me. These days I walk in the club with security. These days I'm feeling a change in the energy. These days you know that I gotta move differently.
Really big, I want you to think about it like this. Email is one of the easiest ways, most cost-effective ways to contact your customers over and over and over again. If you're doing paid ads, you're spending money to get to these customers, which is great. But if you already have their contact information, why wouldn't you just go straight to the source? It's a great way to warm your customers up and bring them down to the point where they want to purchase your product or purchase your service. So just to give you guys an idea, I'm going to draw it out. Look, we're real fancy now. We got a whiteboard here. We're going to have a camera that shows you guys this. But realistically, when you have customers and they're brand new, right? Like everyone knows how a funnel works. I'm gonna draw a funnel right here. A funnel. When you have a brand new customer, right? Let's say you're doing paid ads, you're doing organic content, you're doing outreach. You have a bunch of people coming in here. All of these customers, they're not really sold on your business. They don't really know you yet. There's no trust there. The further down you go this funnel, the more trust you are gonna build with your customers. This is where email comes in handy, because what email does is it allows you to build more trust with your customers by contacting them more, by building a relationship, even if it's only one way. People always think, Rene, do emails actually work? Yes, guys. You as an advertiser might think that, oh, there's no way that people buy this stuff, or there's no way that people read these emails. But guys, emails are one of the most impactful ways, especially if you do it correctly. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. So that's what we're doing, right? We're getting all of these people into our business and we're using email to essentially build a relationship with them, get them warmer to the point where they purchase right here. Okay. So that's literally the purpose of email. And like I said, it's one of the most cost-effective ways, because once you have their information, their contact information, their email, you're able to reach out to them and build that trust. So we're going to just start right from the top, right? What is the first email you send? What is the general idea for the best strategy? Guys, the number one strategy when it comes to email typically is some sort of lead magnet. And a lead magnet could be anything. Let's say you have a restaurant, it could be a coupon, right? They see an ad for a coupon, or they go on your website and they see a pop-up that says, hey, get 10% off your next meal. Just put in your email. You want a way to capture their email and send them something that they're gonna open. Because if you send them their first email and they don't open it, or it goes to spam, or they don't really look at it, you've ruined everything already. The purpose of this first email is to get them to open it and make sure that it doesn't go to their spam. And even if it does go to their spam, if it's something that they're really anticipating, some sort of lead magnet, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a coupon for a discount, whether it's a free informational or a free guide, if they open that email, if it goes to spam, they say, hey, this is not spam, moving forward, your emails are gonna have higher open rates. So again, it might be a little bit dense for some people that are just new to this channel. We don't really get too technical here, but I wanna start doing more content like this because I think this is what really, really makes a lot of money. So that first email, you're gonna send the lead magnet. And essentially that lead magnet is gonna be whatever it is that they want, something of value to them, but also it's gonna set the expectations for the future emails. So what I technically like to do is I'll send them a lead magnet. It'll have a little bit of information on there, but then I'll also say, hey, make sure you whitelist this email so that when I send you other cool stuff, you're prepared for it. So that lead magnet gets you in the door. That gets you into their main inbox. It's something that's going to set the precedent for your future emails. Okay. So that first email, you send this. And by the way, you can set this up so it's all automated. One beautiful part about email is I'm going to show you guys 10 emails today, all automated, that have made me millions of dollars. Because what's going to happen is someone signs up on your website or on your ad, you get their email. This is an automation. So you automatically send them this lead magnet, this email that then gets you in their inbox. Okay. From there, you're going to wait about 24 hours. Some people like to go a little bit faster. I don't really like to go crazy like that because people will get bored. So you're going to wait about 24 hours and then you're going to send them email number 2. Email number 2 has to be the most powerful informational one possible. What email number 2 is going to do is going to have power statements about your business. Okay. An example I use in this with my software company is we'll send them a lead magnet, right? They go on our website, they want to use our software. We offer to send them 200 free leads for their business, which they love. So quite literally a lead magnet. So they get that email, they open it up, they're like, this is cool. 24 hours later, we send them another email, and that email is just full of power statements about our software, right? What our software does, what our product does, what our business is. In your case, you would want to do the same thing, but a power statement would be something along the lines of like, generate more money with social media, right? For this video, 10 emails that made me over $2 million. These are all power statements that you can include, whether it's your business. Let's say you own a restaurant, going back to the same example, you could send them the most appealing food item on your menu and say, this is one of our best sellers, right? Because that's something you want. So power statements about your business. If you are a coach or a consultant, it could talk about how much you've helped people make or some of the things you've accomplished, some accolades. You essentially want to inform them about your business, but also get them really interested and build some authority here. So that second email, all you are doing is building authority. You're establishing that your business is credible and trustworthy. And then that's when you send another email in another 24 hours. So after you send that email, you're going to wait another 24 hours. And from there, all you are going to do now is send another power statement email from a different angle. Okay. Here's what I mean by that. If I were to say, come to my nail salon today because we have the best nails in the city, right? Not really the best marketing angle, but I could say, hey, today is girls' day, girls' night at the nail salon. I don't know what girls would do or something like that. It changes the angle because most likely your clients are most likely women already. But if you put girls' night, right? I see bars actually do this all the time. They'll have the same type of events every single week, but one is like, hey, girls' night, or hey, like Latin music night. They'll change the angle. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna send another power statement email from a different angle, okay? I'm going somewhere with this, don't worry, because I know this is all pretty basic stuff, but you wanna really establish your business here, and it's really important because they get that lead magnet. These first 2 or 3 emails, they're gonna decide if they like your business, they like you, they wanna continue to follow along with you. So this is gonna be a different angle, okay? From here, guys, this is where it starts to get fun because we want to start triggering different psychological biases in the human brain, right? People might see this and it feels marketing. The lead magnet is great. They open it, they love it. Power statement. They're like, okay, I know about the business now. They know who you are. They're not completely bought in. They don't really trust you 100% yet. But that's when you send email number 4, okay? And what email number 4 is a testimonial or some sort of social proof. So essentially, you're going to talk about happy customers, other people that have used your product. Because in the first 3 emails, all you've done is explain who you are and what your business does. And they know this already, but they don't really have any trust with you. So we're going to further build that trust, build that authority by sending number 4, a testimonial email or a social proof email. And all this has to be is just an example of some of your happy customers. Okay, I'm gonna box these up so it looks cooler. I'm a visual guy. Look at that. So email number 4, you're just gonna send them social proof or a testimonial, people that are actually using your product. What this does is it lets them know that this business works, this product works, and other people are using it. Human beings, we have this tendency to trust other people more than the person that's trying to sell us, right? Think about it like blind dates. When people go on blind dates, they're more likely to go because a friend is recommending, oh, you should go out with this person, right? Let me hook you up with this person, because they're trusting their friend. They're trusting a recommendation. When you look at TikTok Shop, really viral right now, for as long as TikTok is going to be around, the reason it's so successful is because you have another regular everyday person referring their product or a product to you, which is more trustworthy. So email number 4, you have to do that in word form, right? I love emails because you can change someone's opinion or change someone's mind. You can sell someone strictly with words and images, completely online. So it doesn't really involve you, right? It's just advertising at its core. So email number 4, you are going to send them a testimonial slash social proof email. showing them that people use this. It's a good business. Look at all these happy people using it. Okay. And this is where it starts to get fun, because up until this point, we haven't asked anyone for any money yet. We haven't asked them to buy. We haven't really done anything clingy. We haven't done anything weird, right? We're playing it cool. We're nonchalant. But email number 5 is that's when we go for the first sale. Okay, that's our CTA. For all my non-marketing people, CTA stands for call to action. And that CTA is going to be the first time you really sell to your customers. So for the CTA, this is going to be the one where you actually try to sell. A lot of people make the mistake of putting a CTA too early. And some people still say to do it. I really don't recommend it. I always like to build trust in the business really heavy before we ever ask for the sale. You make the mistake of asking for the sale too early, you've lost them instantly, right? I want you guys to think about your email list or your email sequence like this. You're almost like drawing them in so that they're entrenched in your emails. The issue, if you were to send a CTA email number 2 or email number 1, they could just be like, I don't want to do it. And then they leave, right? And then they never open another one of your emails. The goal is to keep them coming back for more and opening more and more emails. And if you wait until the 5th or 6th email to do the CTA, to pitch them, right? This is a pitch. That's kind of how you keep them going, because even if they don't like this email, they're like, oh, I don't like that one sales email they did, but I like all their other emails, so I'm going to keep opening their emails, right? So you can go from a lead magnet, power statement again, different angle. You want to make sure that these are mildly entertaining and there's a lesson there. And then you would go to a testimonial / social proof, people using the product, people using the service, people enjoying it, how it's benefiting them. And then from there, that's when you go for the CTA. Okay. And for this 5th email, I like to do what's called a soft CTA, meaning you're asking them to purchase the product, but not really purchase. You're almost saying, hey, try it out. So if you have free trials, you can do that. For my software company, we ask people to do a free trial, see how they like it. For my supplement company, we offer the lowest, cheapest product we have just so we can get them to part with that first dollar. So this soft CTA, you're selling them the cheapest service possible. You're selling them the cheapest service or something else low commitment, right? Let's say you are a coach or consultant, or you're a doctor or a lawyer, you own a law firm. You want to just be asking for a free consultation. You want to just have them book a call, right? That's your CTA. So, hey, you don't need to buy anything. Just book a free call. Let's talk to you. Because the second you could get them to do any sort of action, it's better than them doing nothing. So you're going to do that soft CTA with the 5th email, just a really, really soft pitch, sell them the cheapest product, give them a free trial, get them to book a call, something super low commitment where they don't have to spend money. And that brings us to email number 6. By the way, if you guys enjoy these videos where I go more in depth on the actual marketing stuff, drop it in the comments. I can do stuff like this all day, but from my experience, whenever I've done like more in-depth stuff that goes behind psychology and the actual advertising, consumer psychology, people tend to get bored. So we just do flashy stuff. But if you guys really like this stuff, you think it's informative, you think it'll help your business, let me know. We're going to keep going. Okay, so that leads us to email number 6, the 6th email. At this point, we've gone on a journey together. They know about your business. They've seen the social proof. You've pitched them softly. This 6th email, it has to be something that's more technical. And a great example, it's perfect. I'm doing it with you guys right now, right? I'm using the same psychological tactics that I use with my emails on my YouTube channel. So normally my videos are very light. It's a lot of power statements about myself, social proof, testimonials about people that are learning from me. But with 6, you have to send something informational. This 6th email is informational, okay? And this one is gonna get very, very technical. Now, for certain specific businesses, it might not work. Again, restaurants, you can't really get informational. It has to stay fun. But for other businesses like law firms or dental offices or doctor's offices, you can get informational. You can get really specific on like, hey, here's why plaque and tooth decay are rampant in society or something, right? Are you protected legally? Here's why you should get your law firm in check. Okay, in my case with this education business, I can easily give you guys a lot of information. I can get technical like this where we talk really dense stuff. I want you guys to consider this one. This is gonna be really dense really technical information. Okay. Because what you want to do here is you want to show your expertise, and you actually want to provide value for people that are already bought in. You can't do this in the beginning because people will get bored. In the beginning, you have to keep it light. You have to keep it fun. This is like asking a girl to move in with you, right? In the beginning, you could be like, yeah, it's cool. Just nonchalant, chill. But when it starts to get serious, when there's money involved, when there's a soft CTA, soft pitch, now you get informational. This is where it gets really technical, really dense. You want to give them a lot of value here, because at this point, if they're really interested in your product or service and it fits them, once you get informational, they realize, okay, I need whatever they're selling me. I need whatever their product is, because I really got a lot from this. You're giving them a free taste of what they need. And from there, it's going to allow you to then lead into more CTAs, because once you get really informational, now the CTAs don't feel as weird. It's like one of those things where I can go email number 7, right? Maybe we wait a little bit longer. I like to open the gaps up. So in the beginning, you email frequently, 24 hours, 24 hours, 24 hours. But then as you start getting to those like 5, 6, 7, 8 emails, you don't want to wear people down to the point where it gets annoying, right? You don't want to be clingy. So let's say you wait 48 hours before you send the next one. And the next one is a stronger CTA. You're allowed to get a little bit more pushy now because you've dropped a lot of information. They love it. They need it. So you go CTA again, right? And with this CTA, you can use stronger language to pitch. Stronger pitch. Pushier. Like at this point, you're really, really selling them because you've given them a lot of value. You've taken some time. This is about a week out, right? Like if the first 5 emails are 24 to 48 hours apart, this one is 48 hours apart. They've been with you for like 12 days already. You've been dating your customer for like 12 days, 13 days. So now when you give them a stronger pitch, they have to make a decision. Hey, am I gonna buy this? Am I not gonna buy this? What do I do? Okay. And after this second CTA, you're gonna drop more information on them. 48 hours later, they're thinking, they're like, should I do it? I don't know. You let them sit on it, right? You send them a text message, mic drop, walk away. Then you bomb them again with more information. So in the same way that you did the other one, you're gonna do the same exact thing. You're gonna send them another informational with even more stuff on there. My handwriting is shit. Excuse my handwriting. With even more technical stuff on there. In the same way you did it before, because at this point, they know everything about your business. They've seen the social proof. What I like to do is I like to blend it. So for 8, I like to just hit them with everything. Boom, 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 boom. Informational. I throw some social proof in there, right? I throw some power statements in there. So 8 wouldn't even be informational. Let me walk that back. It would just be a combo, a 3-piece. You're gonna hit them with a 3-piece combo. You're gonna hit them with info, social proof. It's almost like an email that has everything in there. Social proof and power statements, okay? Because at that point, you hit them with all this information. Now they're kind of like, okay, cool. Wow, this is a lot to take in. But you're forcing them to make a decision about your business already, okay? Because it's been 2 weeks. They have all the information they need. And that leads me to the last 2 emails. Because the last 2 emails is where I think a lot of people make these mistakes too early. A lot of people with these last 2 emails, 9 and 10, it's discount and discount. Okay? And all this is essentially just a CTA with an incentive, because people like to feel like they're getting deals. So a big mistake people make, right? You're gonna do this 24 hours after, and then even this one, you could do it 48 or 72 hours after. A big mistake people make when they start a business is they conflate 2 issues. They think that a discount will solve the issue of trust. Most of the time, people aren't buying from your business because they don't trust your business, right? It's not because it's too expensive. It's not because of the price. So a lot of people make the mistake of just discounting way too early, when in reality, you could have made more money if you got the person to trust you more. So the last 2 emails is when you go kind of to your last resort, right? All reliable, and that's discount. So at this point, you've hit them with a bunch of information. You've shown them some social proof. You've told them about your business and informed them about your business. You've done everything already. They have all the information they need to make a decision about purchasing from you. If they've made it this far without unsubscribing, that means they're somewhat interested. Now you just gotta force their hand. People like to feel like they get deals, or they feel that they like to feel like they won, right? So a discount is technically you still winning because they're still buying your product, but it lets them feel like they won. And for those people that are on the fence, that have read everything and they're still really thinking about it, a discount is a great way to just kind of throw them over. That's why so many businesses make so much money during Black Friday, right? Like for me, if I were to go on my email list right now, I have 70,000 people on my email list. If I were to hit my email list right now with a discount, and I don't do it often because you don't want to play it out, you can burn yourself out like this. But if I were to go on my email list, hit them with a discount, say, hey, you can get 50% off my software, or you can get 50% off my course today, I'd print at least $15,000, $20,000 with a click of a button, right? Now, I don't do that all the time because it gets played out and you're devaluing your product, but it's a great way to push people over the edge that normally wouldn't buy. Every Black Friday, every Cyber Monday, every that little holiday season stretch, I make a ton of money because every single one of my businesses or products, we have an excuse to discount, right? And people kind of expect it, so they're ready to spend money. So the second we discount on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I've had days where I pull in six figures, over $100,000 just because of this discounting. So emails 9 and 10, it's same thing. It's a CTA, but you're going to offer them a discount. If they don't take it, 72 hours, you're going to send one more. And those 10 emails are the ones that have made me over $2 million. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat, drop them in the comments. But try this on your business, implement it. Let me know how it goes. I can't wait to see you win. Cheers.